Welcome to another pen talk. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to be looking at an American-made pen from a company called Bexley. They started in 1993 from a bunch of pen enthusiasts who wanted to recreate some of the older style pens using obviously modern materials and techniques. So this one is the Bexley Americana, and it's in a style called Yellowstone, Yellowstone acrylic. They made 5 other colors in this series, all of which are kind of geologically named. I find the acrylic here to be very nice, a lot of depth to it, a lot of sparkliness, and as you can see there's the B in the clip to designate the Bexley. Nice cap band there with some engravings on it. The barrel and the cap are faceted, and there's 8 facets in both. Kind of reminiscent of a Doric style from Wall Eversharp. Keeping in the theme of Bexley reinventing the older vintage classics. Both the top of the cap and the bottom of the barrel are conical and same material. There's no other markings on the pen other than the B on the clip to designate Bexley. The pen is long. It's 147 millimeters end to end, about 5 3/4 inches. And when you uncap it, it's still fairly long at 137 millimeters, or about 5.4 inches. It weighs in at about 22.2 grams, which is a good weight, but certainly not on the heavy side. And the cap is 8 grams, so most of the weight is in the barrel and the body. Now let's uncap it and take a look at the nib. Nice section. It's the acrylic, same materials used in the section as in the barrel and the cap. It's a medium steel nib. Nice engravings. Bexley is, I think, known to be kind of understated, but still classic in what they do. The pen is extremely comfortable to use and hold uncapped. I bought this pen at a fountain pen show last year, so I've had it for about 1.5 years. When I first got it, I was very disappointed with how it wrote. It was very dry, it skipped a lot, hard starting issues. I put it aside. Recently I've gotten into tuning nibs, and I decided that I would take my efforts and see what I could do. So the nib and feed unscrew, and the nib comes off the feed, so it's very easy to work on. So I opened up the channel in the feed a little bit with an X-Acto knife. I used some copper foil to in between the tines to open them up slightly. And it was a little scratchy, so I did some micro mesh on the end of the nib, and now it writes great. Again, it's a nice plastic feed, a lot of fins on it. So let's put pen to paper and see what we have here. The ink of today is Yoroshuku Marasaki Sibaku, butchering the name and the pronunciation. It's a purple ink. I like it. It's a nice color. And as with all the Shizuku inks, has good flow. So this is the Bexley Americana in Yellowstone. The nib is, I would say, medium to medium wet. Lays down a nice line, dries well. The point also works good on regular paper that sometimes you get a lot of bleed through and on those type of papers, but the flow is well controlled. As I mentioned before, after working on the nib, it's extremely smooth, extremely consistent writer. There's a little bit of flex to it. You know, it's not a very stiff nib, so it is comfortable to use and comfortable to write with. This is my second Bexley. In the mid-90s, I purchased this Equipos in Empire Blue. If I get motivated, I'll do a review on this one. This one also had its challenges. The most interesting thing was to deal with, it has a button feed, like a dual fold, a Parker dual fold. And putting a sack in here while being able to maintain the ability to fill it was a challenge. I'd sent it to Bexley and they couldn't do it, so I eventually ended up being able to get that one working. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching. And excuse my unbelievably poor writing today, but in the words of Mr. Brian Goulet, write on, and have a good day.